Hey guys, before we start, I want to make a very quick side note for those of you who might be watching this video on YouTube that this video is made to be posted on the Steam Workshop page where this ship was posted and will serve to help people determine whether or not they wish to download and use the ship or not. That being said, let's begin. This video is going to be a tour of the inside of the ship, so I'm going to jump back in real quick and start that tour. Right now I'm in the helm. If I turn around, I can see the bridge. Now there are stairs right here leading down to a lower floor. So if I just drop down from the helm, I have my teleporter right here. If I keep going, as you can see, there's a lot of open space here, and it is meant like that because I wanted to have room to install upgrades or more systems or whatever I want, because this is meant to be a starter ship, just so you know. So if I go back to the upper floor here, I have a engineering terminal. I have a rift generator, a small one, because this ship is considered a small ship, and a hollow table. Like I said, I'm keeping a lot of room for more systems in the future. Now, if I remain on the upper floor, we'll visit the lower floor later, but if I remain on the upper floor, this leads us to a hallway, which I called the gateway because it's a gateway to other places on the ship, okay? Just don't judge me. I thought it was cool. So as we enter the hallway, we have a door on the left and a door on the right. Now, these doors lead to identical rooms, the crew's quarters, so it's the same thing on both sides. Now, this is not meant to be a functional thing, it's just meant to be a cool thing. That's just part of the ship. Like, if you're planning to use this ship for the long haul, then at least you're gonna feel like it's some sort of a home that you can stay in. Now I already put my weapons here in the weapons rack, and I put some ammo, I think, in here, ammo for the repair gun. So yeah, there's a bathroom, there's some bunk beds, and there are some lockers for storage if you want to put your stuff there. And then as we go up, there is a lounge area here where people would normally eat. Now obviously in this game this is all just for cosmetic purposes. None of this is actually functional, but I just thought it was cool. I wanted to have my lounge area. I have it. I'm happy with it, and you get a good view outside from here as well. So as I said, both sides are the same here. So now I just went down on the other side of the hallway, and it's the same thing. It's just perfectly symmetrical on both sides here for the crew's quarters. Now if we keep going, here we have a staircase that leads to, it's called side turrets. So all this is you can actually access this using a teleporter as well, but all this is a room that has a side turret on each side of the ship. So this is meant to be used if you have more than one person on your crew. So one person can be on the helm using the gimbaled cannons in the front of the ship, and one person can be on one of these two side turrets, or two people. You could have one person on each side. So, and this room is pretty big and it's empty. So again, this is, it gives me room for upgrades or to add more systems. I could add ACTRs in here. I could add more shield generators in here. I could add more hydrogen generators if I ran out of room in the generators room. So this is just, it's room that I can use in the future for upgrades or improvements. So if I go past this staircase, I have again two more doors. Now this time it's two different rooms. So I have life support here where I have my life support system, and I have a thermal extraction system here, and some extra cargo space, so I can add some more oxygen, some like spare oxygen here, so that if I run out in the machine I can just swap it. And same here, I have some cargo pads so that I can just add more coolant if I need to, or I can just store the extra coolant that I have. Now here I have a med bay. I thought it was fitting to have the med bay right in front of the life support systems. So the only functional part in this room is this here, the molecular assembler. This is where you spawn if you die. The rest is just for looks, once again, because I really care about my cosmetic stuff anyway. And then if you keep going, you have two more rooms. Here you have fuel storage. Now this also includes the tanks. It's not just storage, it also includes the tanks where you would put all the fuel to make the ship function. And you have some extra cargo pads just to put the extra fuel if you have more than whatever fits in these. But with 4 medium-sized tanks like this, I can fit 100,000 hydrogen in this ship. Now on the other side, this is ammo storage. So this is where the ammo loaders are, as well as, again, some cargo pads just to store the extra ones, which I have here. So I have 4 ammo loaders. Now obviously in the future, if I have more gun, more CPU, more whatever, if I want to upgrade, I could just remove this cargo pad, replace it with an ammo loader, and that way I could have more ammo loaded in the ship that can be used right away. So yeah, it would be easy enough to just replace some of the cargo pads with more ammo loaders. And then at the end of the hallway, and this is the same for the entire, the entire ship. Like, there are 2 hallways. This one here is the one that's on the top side of the ship, and then there's one below us. So this teleporter can either take us back to the bridge, it can take us to the other hallway that's below us, or it can take us to the turrets that's on the very top of the ship. So if we go current ship, Rift, this is the name of the other hallway. So the hallway that we're in right now was named Gateway. The other one is the Rift. And the whole idea that I started with when I started working on this ship was that I wanted to have access to every part of the ship easily from the bridge. So from the bridge you have access to those 2 hallways, and from those 2 hallways you have access to everywhere else on the ship. So it's easy to get anywhere you need on the ship. So right now we're just going to go back to the bridge to make it less confusing for this tour. Alright, so now we spawn right where the teleporter is. I showed it to you at the beginning of this video, and the helm is right there, just so you know where we are. So this time we're not going to go up, because this is the door, the one that's right in front of us right now. This is the door we used last time. So now we're going to go down, and we're going to use the door that's on the lower floor. And we'll get to these doors later, but they both lead to the mining and assembly room, which you can also access from here inside this hallway. So you can either go here directly from the bridge, or you can, like, if you're coming from the other side over there and you need to get to the mining and assembly, then it's easier for you to just use this door rather than having to go around and come back. Alright, sorry about that. I had a little interruption here. So as you can see on both sides of the hallway, like each one of the doors, they just lead to the exact same room, because the room is wider than the hallway. The hallway actually passes over it. So here, this room contains everything that you need to mine, except for that there are no gas extractors, only normal regular asteroid extractors. And there's only one of this. What? What the hell? We're being attacked. I'm not sure if it's me or the station. I think it's the station that's being attacked. Huh. Oh man, this is perfect. This is so funny. It was just like one skrill. This is perfect because I was in the mining room. Now let's see. Yeah, there are a bunch of skrill bits everywhere. So mine this. What else is there? Okay, well I'll just take whatever has the nitrous oxide because that's what I'm gonna need to make ammo later. Alright, so as you can see, this room contains 3 salvage units. I can't believe, man, that timing was perfect. Alright, so this ship contains 3 salvage units, and the reason why is it's specifically for these kinds of situations where you're limited with the amount of time that you have to salvage certain, you know, things that are floating in space after a fight, and just one salvage unit just isn't enough. And I realized that in my old design where it only had one salvage unit and it just wasn't enough, so I put 3 in this one. So I also have an assembler, so here I can produce my own personal ammo or whatever else the assembler is capable of. Here I have a 3D printer so I can produce heat sinks. Anyway, so I have a small refinery as well. Now this is a starter ship. It's meant to be a starter ship, so I didn't want my ship to cost anything other than the resources that you can get from the starter station. So that's why I went for a small refinery, but it's definitely doing the trick. Here, I'm gonna put this here, and I think that's it. And I'm going to refine this right now. I have an extractor for mining, and I have my cargo teleporter right here, and I have a, well, this thing here. So for now I'm just gonna put whatever I have on the cargo pads here. Alright, so from this room you can also access the generators and defense systems room, but normally you would access this room from the rift, which is the hallway that you see right here. This is just a continuation of that same hallway, and the main entrance from the hallway is up here, but you can access it from the mining room as well. So on one side is just a wall full of batteries. There are small batteries, and then from here it becomes small cells. So on one wall you have just batteries, on the other wall you have just cells. And here you have the CPU unit, which eventually will be upgraded for the better designs of this ship. You have 2 shield generators, but obviously I could add more. And you have an armor generator here, so you have everything that you need for defenses. And as you can see, I'm not using all of the CPU that the ship has, so I could just choose right now as we speak to either add more guns or more shields or more armor if I wanted to. Okay, that's it for this room. There's not much to see. It's just batteries, cells everywhere, and my defense systems, which are all on the right side here. And we do have a little bit of extra storage so that I could put some more nanobots here for the armor generator that's over there. Now I could just go back here, go back to the mining station, or I can come up and re-enter the rift, which is the hallway. So if I go all the way here, I go back to the mining station. The entrance is here to the mining station, or if I go to the other end, it's the same as the gateway or the hallway that's above us. There's a teleporter that can take you to either the other hallway, the bridge, or the side turrets. So this time we're not going to take the teleporter, we're just going to walk back to the bridge. And I put windows all along here just because it looks nice. So as you can see, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of room for upgrades and improvements for this ship. The reason why this ship is not fully equipped is because, as I mentioned earlier, it's meant to be a starter ship. So it's meant to just cost basic resources. You gather those from your starting station, and then you build this ship, and then you head out and start doing missions, and from there you gather the more difficult to obtain resources, and then you can start upgrading the ship. Now I'm going to have an upgraded version which contains all of the other systems, or at least the T1 systems that it doesn't currently have, but it's going to cost some more resources. So if you choose to download this ship, then just know that somewhere in the near future, a new, better, upgraded version is going to be released. And if you don't want to have to upgrade it yourself, then you can just, download the other blueprint, gather the resources, and build it, and it's going to be fully upgraded for you, ready to use. So that's it for this video. I wanted to keep it as short as possible. So yeah, now you know whether or not you want to download it. See ya.